You have been taught to believe that wealth is a puzzle, that morality will protect you, and that patience alone will carry you to success. But all of these ideas are comforting lies designed to keep you small and obedient, while the world moves without waiting for your permission. The truth is far simpler and far more brutal. The world does not reward kindness, it does not reward good intentions, and it does not reward those who hope for fairness. It rewards clarity, decisiveness, and the ability to act when others are paralyzed by hesitation. If you cannot face this truth, if you cannot stare into the mirror of reality and accept it without flinching, then you will remain where you are, trapped by your own illusions, while someone else quietly takes everything you think is beyond your reach. You are told that life is fair, that effort will be measured, that patience will carry you to your reward. None of this is true. Life is indifferent. It is relentless. It does not negotiate. It does not reason. And it certainly does not forgive. Only those who see clearly, who are willing to move beyond comfort, beyond morality, beyond fear, will ever claim what they desire. The rest will remain spectators, wondering why they are always one step behind. You have been told that hard work alone will bring you wealth, that patience is a ladder to success, and that playing fair will protect you in the end. But all of these lessons are designed to make you obedient, to make you wait, to make you comfortable while the world moves without you. Society romanticizes struggle, humility, and suffering, painting them as virtues, while quietly rewarding those who understand that the game is never about virtue at all. Those who rise fastest do not apologize for their ambition. They do not hesitate out of fear of judgment, and they do not waste energy on comforting illusions about fairness or morality. While you are busy hoping that your intentions will carry weight, someone else is quietly bending the world to their will, taking what you are too polite to seize, and moving through life with a clarity you have been taught to see as ruthless. The truth is simple but unforgiving. Waiting, rationalizing, and hoping will never produce power, money, or influence. They reward only those who act decisively, who understand that the rules are not created to protect you, but to control you, and that only by stepping outside the rules can you ever rise above them. If you are willing to admit it, you will see that morality is often the cage that holds the poor in place, while the lucid, the calculating, and the relentless pass through life unbound, claiming rewards that others are too polite or too afraid to take. Niccolo Machiavelli did not write for the faint of heart, and he certainly did not write for the polite. He wrote for those willing to see the world as it is, not as they wish it to be, and to understand that power is not granted, it is claimed, that wealth is not a reward for effort, it is the result of clarity, strategy, and the willingness to act when others are paralyzed by their own illusions. He observed the rise and fall of princes and kings, and concluded that the world does not move according to morality, but according to perception. The strong survive not because they are loved, but because they are respected, feared, or simply unavoidable. They understand that appearances, timing, and calculated action matter far more than virtue or good intentions. Machiavelli did not teach cruelty for cruelty's sake. He taught lucidity. He taught that kindness is a tool, not a principle, and that morality often becomes a cage for those unwilling to take what is theirs. If you want to rise, if you want wealth, you must learn to see beyond the comforting illusions society feeds you, that fairness exists, that hard work guarantees reward, and that being good will somehow protect you from the harshness of reality. History is full of the morally righteous who rationalized, hesitated, and hoped, only to watch the ruthless quietly take their place. The lesson is not pleasant, but it is simple. Those who succeed understand the rules of power, bend them without apology, and never allow sentiment, comfort, or guilt to cloud their judgment. If you are willing to strip away your illusions, to stare at the world without flinching, you will see that wealth and influence are not hidden in complexity. They are brutally simple. And once you see that clearly, the question is no longer whether you can rise, but whether you have the courage to act. The truth that most people cannot face is this: emotion is the enemy of wealth, empathy is the enemy of leverage, and overthinking is the enemy of action. You have been taught that caring matters, that hesitation is noble, that over-analyzing will protect you. But these are illusions, and they are the very things that keep the majority of people poor, powerless, and small. Ruthless people rise not because they are inherently cruel, but because they understand the mechanics of life that most refuse to acknowledge. They act while others deliberate, they seize while others wait, and they capitalize on opportunities that the moral and the sentimental cannot see because their hearts get in the way. Meanwhile, the good rationalize their inaction, inventing excuses, convincing themselves that restraint is a virtue, that integrity will somehow pay dividends in a world that does not measure in morality. Look at the people around you who complain about being stuck, about missing their chance, about never getting ahead. They wait, they hope, they pray. And while they do, someone else, someone who understands that the world responds to clarity, decisiveness, and audacity, is quietly taking what could have been theirs. Your comfort is a cage. Your morality is a cage. Your fear is a cage. And every moment you spend justifying inaction, rationalizing hesitation, or convincing yourself that patience will reward you, is a moment you are giving away to someone else who has the courage to move. You think poverty is about money. You think failure is about skill. But it is not. Poverty is about choices, fear, and the inability to act without apology. Failure is the result of sentiment masquerading as principle, and the world does not care about your good intentions. It cares only about the moves you make, the clarity of your vision, and the courage with which you execute it. The harsh truth is simple. The morally righteous are too slow. The compassionate are too hesitant. The empathetic are too weak. And those who understand this truth, who abandon comforting illusions and embrace clarity above all else, are the ones who rise, who take, who conquer. Wealth is not earned, it is perceived. Influence is not won, it is believed. The powerful understand that reality is pliable, that the world responds not to effort or intention, but to how it is shown, framed, and controlled. What people see becomes more important than what is, and those who master perception master the world. Consider this: the loudest, the flashiest, the most visible often appear successful, but true power moves quietly, invisibly, strategically. Status is a story told through appearances. Leverage is a game of timing, of positioning, of understanding what others value before they even realize it themselves. Money, influence, respect, they are illusions until the world believes them. And those who control the narrative control reality itself. You have been trained to value honesty, transparency, and effort, but in the theater of power, these are liabilities. People are swayed by confidence, by decisiveness, by the subtle signals of control that few notice, but everyone registers. You must understand that the world does not measure struggle. It measures outcome. It measures results. It measures the perception that you are untouchable, inevitable, and necessary. If you want to rise, you must learn to bend perception without apology. You must build a presence that commands attention even when you are silent. You must move in ways that others cannot predict, strike in ways they cannot resist, and allow the world to believe in your power before you ever fully reveal it. This is the secret the masses never see. Wealth, influence, and authority are psychological. They exist in the minds of others long before they manifest in your bank account or title. If you can shape perception, you can shape reality. And those who understand this truth are the ones who quietly dominate, while the rest of the world believes they are winning by chance. If you want to rise, if you want wealth, if you want power, you must understand that it is not a matter of luck, hard work, or good intentions. It is a matter of strategy, of timing, of knowing when to act, when to wait, and when to strike in ways that others cannot anticipate. The world bends for those who understand it. First, control perception. Appear strong even when uncertain. Appear confident even when afraid. The world does not respond to your truth. It responds to the story you tell, to the image you project, and to the certainty you radiate. If you can bend perception in your favor, you control the very stage on which life plays out. Second, move in silence. Let your plans unfold quietly. Let your work build without announcement, without applause, without approval. The loudest are always the most vulnerable, and the world rewards those who strike when no one is watching. Third, trade emotion for leverage. Every time you allow anger, guilt, or compassion to guide your actions, you surrender power. Decisions made with clarity, not sentiment, create results. Ruthlessness is not cruelty, it is precision. It is the understanding that hesitation and attachment are weaknesses the world will exploit. Fourth, build quietly. Accumulate knowledge, influence, and resources without show. The patient, the meticulous, and the silent gather power that cannot be stolen because it is invisible until it is unstoppable. The loud, the flashy, and the proud expose themselves and fall. Finally, strike strategically. Opportunities are fleeting. The hesitant are left behind. The merciless claim what is theirs before the rest even recognize it was possible. Timing, knowledge, and precision turn potential into domination. Hesitation and sentiment turn potential into regret. The strategy is simple. The execution is brutal. And only those willing to abandon comforting illusions, moral hesitation, and fear will ever master it. Wealth and influence are not complicated. They are calculated. Listen closely, because this is the moment you either see the world clearly or continue living in the shadows of your own illusions. The rich are not lucky. They are not inherently smarter. They are lucid. They see the game as it is, stripped of comforting lies, and they act while others hesitate. Wealth is not denied to you. It is hidden behind your morality, your comfort, your hesitation, and your guilt. You have been conditioned to believe that restraint is noble, that patience is virtuous, that caring will protect you. But all of these lessons are shackles that keep you from moving when movement is the only path to freedom. You must awaken to the truth. The world is neutral, indifferent, and merciless. It does not reward virtue. It does not punish cruelty. It responds only to clarity, decisiveness, and the ability to act when the opportunity is present. Ask yourself, how much have you let comfort cage your ambition? How much have you let morality slow your moves? How much longer will you let fear and guilt decide your future? The door to wealth, influence, and freedom is not locked. It has been in front of you all along, but you have been too polite, too cautious, and too blinded by illusions to walk through it. Those who succeed do not wait. They do not hesitate. They do not seek permission. They see clearly, they act decisively, and they take what is theirs. And now you must decide. Will you remain in the darkness, or will you step into lucidity and claim what the world has always been willing to give to those bold enough to take it? The rich are not lucky. They are lucid. Every move, every choice, every action is measured with a clarity that most people never achieve because they are too busy hoping, rationalizing, or waiting for permission. Moral comfort is the last cage of the poor. It is the illusion that being good, being kind, or being patient will protect you from the relentless, indifferent world outside. It will not. It never has. It never will. Machiavelli did not teach evil. He taught clarity. He taught lucidity. He taught that the world responds not to sentiment, but to decisiveness, not to intention, but to action, and not to kindness, but to strategy. If you want wealth, influence, and freedom, you must leave comfort behind. You must abandon excuses, silence doubt, and move with precision where others hesitate. Step into the darkness, see the game for what it truly is, and claim what is yours without apology. Because the world belongs to the lucid, to the calculating, to the ones who are willing to act when others only dream. And once you see clearly, once you act decisively, you will realize that nothing has ever been out of reach, except your fear, your hesitation, and your willingness to remain small. The world does not wait, neither should you.